So I made this small little bed next to my shed using the sheet mulching method last, I think it was January or February, and it's looking pretty tired now, to be honest with you. I've got the alyssum still flowering, but we had a frost the other night and it zapped the begonias. So I'm gonna clear this bed and get it mulched. So I've been watching quite a few videos on autumn mulching recently, and there seems to be a bit of a debate at the moment about whether you should mulch with compost or whether you should just mulch with dead leaves. I think the reason for that is that the theory is that if you just mulch with compost, then the nutrients get leached away with the rain, which you can sort of make sense, and therefore just mulching with leaves is kind of what nature does. So if you noticed on a forest or a woodland floor, it gets covered with leaves every autumn, and the theory is that's what you should do with your garden bed. So with this particular bed I'm going to experiment actually. So I'm going to use a thin layer of compost and then I'm going to mulch over the top with leaves. So first thing I need to do is clear the bed of these plants here that I no longer want in the bed. So I'm going to get on and do that now. So now that I've cleared a majority of the plants out of that bed now, what I need to do next is to, using my half moon edging iron, I'm going to just redefine the edges. You can see where the grass has started to kind of encroach back in onto the border edge, so I'm just going to neaten that up first before I start mulching. Right, so you'll notice I've cut a little trench around the outside of the bed, and that's really just to kind of stop the grass from growing back over too quickly. So next thing I'm going to do is just go and get a barrow load of homemade compost and just mulch over the top of this first of all. Possibly another little barrow load might be a good idea. So I've put a reasonably thin layer of compost on, so now I'm going to top it with a layer of leaves. Now fortunately I've been collecting lots and lots of leaves since about September, so I reckon a couple of barrow loads of this lot on the top there should then protect the soil through the winter. That's the theory anyway. Okay, so there we are. So I've got a reasonably thin layer of compost, new compost, on top of the bed, followed by a nice thick layer of leaves. So I'm hoping that these leaves will, number one, protect the soil surface, obviously suppress the weeds, but I've also put that layer of compost underneath that should help feed the soil through the winter. So hopefully give it another 4 or 5 months and this will have broken down quite nicely. The worms will start working in the springtime, just draw all the leaves and whatnot into the soil and hopefully improve it over time. So yeah, I thought why not try the best of both worlds, use a bit of compost and a top layer of dead leaves, and we'll see how we go. But I will show you again in a few months time and let you know how it's all gotten on. So yeah, thank you for watching.